Okay, are we already on? Okay, I'm just testing. Hello, my viewers. Today we have a wonderful guy from Chicago. He is psychic and his name is Mel Gore.
Doerr.
Doerr. Mel Gore.
Was an open Doerr.
Doerr. Okay. So Mel is, he started in August, last year in August, to be very active on YouTube because Linda G. Comanche, as everyone knows her, pushed him kind of. So Mel, I'm so happy to ask you a few questions. I know you are married, and can you tell us something more about what are you doing, you know, what your husband is doing and so on?
Well, number one, it's a pleasure to meet you and be on your show. I've watched you on YouTube, and I thought, I'm going to be, I like that lady. One of these days we'll do a show together, so I'm really honored.
Thank you. Thank you for reaching towards me.
My husband works in travel. And, you know, when COVID happened, things shut down and things got kind of frightening. But, you know, he was able to work from home and kept his job, thank goodness. And now he commutes back and forth to the city. We live about 35 minutes from the city when traffic is good.
Wow. 1 second.
So anyway, we've been together for a long, long time. And me, I do my psychic work full time. I work from Tuesday through Saturday, and I usually see around 5 clients a day. And so it keeps me busy. And then I do my YouTube thing. My hobby's dog training. I love training dogs. And my dog.
Do you have dogs at your own dogs? Are you training, or someone else's dogs?
Well, I train my dog, Lucky. We're enrolling her in a national competition for the AKC club, well, American Kennel Club. We'll see what happens. But I should ask you if she's going to at least come in the top 3. But, and also at my office on Sunday night, other people can bring their dogs and we train them for the Canine Good Citizen, Canine Good Citizen Advanced. So I'm all about, you know, giving dogs homes. And it's sad that in this country, in the United States, that there are thousands of dogs murdered each year because the kennels are too full. So we're very active in trying to stop kill shelters and taking these dogs and making them therapy dogs so we can take them to hospitals and nursing homes and all of that.
So how noble it is. Thank you for doing this. Tracy and my son, my son actually adopted the dog before he met Tracy, and then a few days later he started settling down, and he has a huge dog, Ridgeback, you know, those
Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Yeah.
Rhodesian Ridgebacks were originally bred to hunt lions in Rhodesia.
Yes, that's what he is, but he is such a sweetheart towards us. And he took him from the shelter. The poor dog was 8 months in the shelter.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Yes, and I have a little, oh, she's with my husband outside, little Vivi, and she is Yorkie Shih Tzu. But I have to tell you, she is much smarter than most of the big dogs.
Yeah, Yorkies are really smart.
But she's mixture, and she is a wonderful hunter. The 3 dogs were Tracy dog and my son's dog. We were sitting once in the backyard, and Bibi was the one who caught the mouse. We never even have seen mouse in our backyard. And she somehow caught her under gazebo.
Maybe she's got a little rat terrier or something in her, because they're really good.
She's hunting for the girlfriend squirrel. Okay, I'm ready. We will be asking questions. And please give your phone number so people can book appointments with you.
Okay. If they want to make an appointment or get in touch with me, they can call my office, area code 847-590-5411. Again, 847-590-5411. Or they can go on my website, Mel, M-E-L, at Meldoerr, MELDOERR.com. And they can go on my YouTube channel, Doerr Psychic. So 3 different ways.
And I have my website, psychicvioletta.com. So whoever would like to book appointment with me, you are very welcome as well.
Well, my intuition tells me, Violetta, you're a very good psychic. And so everybody, if I were you, I'd make an appointment with Violetta. She's amazing.
Oh, thank you. I think you know about yourself as well. So we will be asking one of us will ask one question and then we will go for next one. So
okay. Who wants to start? You want to start or should
you
I?
are my guest, so start, please.
Okay. You know, the biggest question I'm getting and people are wanting to know, the big question is Trump ever going to be indicted? That's their huge question because I think people are getting impatient.
Okay, so I will shuffle the cards and put them. I'm always putting them face down and then I'm pulling them. Oh, no, it's okay. A little bit. Okay. So you can see them. I don't do reverse because I think it's not enough negativity in the world. So I sometimes one card will pop out a negative way, but usually I'm not going for the negativity if I don't have to. So would he be ever indicted?
And the second part
usually
of that,
you can count for me when I'm pulling cards. So please count 2 and 3 because I pull 1.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
That's, I have to pull all of the cards next to each other. So next time when you will be counting, give me a time between so I can pull the cards. Would he? I see a triangle as an answer. Triangle is symbol of cheating. So I don't know if he will be really indicted. Because I see a rectangle like the stop when you have accident, you are putting that red triangle behind your car.
Right.
So something like this came in. We will know his secret, so that's a good one. It will be so many things that will pile one on top of each other when he was a president, what kind of decisions he was making. But something will stop him to be indicted.
Okay.
What do you think? Oh.
Well, the big question here is, will he run again in 2024 and everything? Everybody's uptight about it. And I just don't see that. I mean, I'm feeling indictment, but that just means to be accused. It doesn't mean to be convicted. And I feel though, and Linda and I agree with this too, that he won't go to jail. I'm just wondering about his longevity. I'm seeing all kinds of dark clouds around him. So I'm thinking he's got some major illness coming.
I saw him being hiding on some huge rock island or beach because I saw him next to the ocean, but the water was cold and it's not like in Florida when you have a nice beach. Well, at least it's hot, you feel hot. The rocks were like close to ice, the island close to New York.
Oh, okay.
So it is something, something like that.
Maybe it's an island in the Antarctic somewhere.
Oh, I wish I can send him there. But I think he will run away from being in a prison.
Right. Yeah, I don't, people here are worried about like, is this country in a civil war? I think we're in a constitutional crisis. I don't see a civil war like what happened here in the 1800s, but I do think that Trump and his cronies really like the anarchy and causing problems because he wants to make people think he can fix it, but he's the one who broke it. And so
I don't know how they can trust him.
You know what? People think that I call them Trumplicans. That's just, the majority of us don't want them. And I think people think that the Trumplicans drank Trump's Kool-Aid, but I think a lot of those Republicans are just appeasing Trump so they can hold their power. But they won't.
Because even now, after Arizona announced that he didn't want they still believe that he is the winner. And he is now testing, Texas. So what will come out of that?
Well, the funny thing about
it's
Texas
your turn to ask the question, but
well, I'll answer it for you. The funny thing about Texas is that Trump won Texas, and it's like, what is happening? So I think what they're doing is they're using those states as a litmus test to say, even in Texas, you see there was some voter fraud, even though I won, and this is why we're going to pass these voter suppression laws. That's what's going on. But they ultimately will not succeed, which brings up a question.
Okay. Oh, I lost you.
Governor Abbott, I'm sorry.
Okay. Yes, I can hear you now.
Governor Abbott is a complete lunatic. That's what this lady says. Well, we know that. And she says, will a credible challenger actually run against him and win?
So, I'm sorry.
She wants to know if Governor Abbott will be defeated in Texas. He's that crazy governor down there.
Okay, yes. In the last video, I said that he will get a big kick in his behind. I saw a big boot kicking him. So I think he's not going to stay in the office.
Oh, good. That's what I see. So we can say in Polish, he'll get a kick in the dupa. Is that?
Okay, you know Polish.
All I know is Moja droga jak się kocham from the song that they used to sing.
Oh, okay. I have one guy who is coming and always telling me, I love you in Polish. So, and I'm reminding him that I'm married. But he doesn't know any other words, so just the words that he is saying. Shri K. Will there be a lockdown again in USA? They are talking about this even next week, kind of.
I don't see another lockdown like we had in 2020. My guides tell me no. Here in Chicago, they have reintroduced the mask mandate. And what a lot of big companies are doing here is saying that people who work there, if they don't get vaccinated, then they either get laid off or they have to work from home, or some even losing their jobs. So, we won't go back into lockdown like what happened before. I hear a no on that.
Okay, but the government, is still in the disarray about the things that they want to achieve. Biden's, and they said that they might experience some lockdown.
In the States here?
Yeah.
I don't think the whole country will be on lockdown.
Like it was Trump was rebelling about something, and there was a lockdown for 2 weeks about, the people who are working for government was not able to work.
I think what the federal government's going to do.
Uh-oh. Hello. Yes.
Mel, can you hear us?
No. Hello, my friends. We were suspended somehow from communication. So
technical problems.
Technical problems as normal.
I had my internet went out the office, and I talked to Linda Grindle the other day, and her internet was out, and then mine went out. I'm like, and now tonight it kind of went out here at home. I'm like, we've got the internet flu or something.
Yeah, well, Tuesday I didn't have TV and internet.
Wow.
That was and I don't have phone. I have only your office, so I don't know if that will even. I can phone you actually if we have the problem.
I was just getting ready to call you, so.
Okay, so now you can ask me a question, please.
So I don't see a full lockdown, no. All right, let me just get back to my questions. Okay, so let me see. Okay. Will the Lambda variants of COVID cause as much sickness in the US as the Delta variant?
And it is the variant that is from Peru.
Yeah, I think either Peru or India.
Yeah, no, from Peru.
Got it.
3 cards, please. Can you count slowly till 3?
1.
Okay, and I'm moving my hand, so
2.
yes.
And 3.
Empty hotels, empty places, everything is kind of without people in Peru. My son was there 2 years ago. Oh no, about 4 years now. And so it is causing so many people are very sick. It can be even worse than Delta. And I was doing private reading with one lady whose mother was from Peru, a doctor, and she lost her life.
Man.
So it is extremely, and we are not talking enough about that one yet.
Right.
Yeah, there will be a big battle. We will have to face, you know, but if people will be protected, and you see, the sun, the vitamin D is so important. People need to have a lot of vitamin D. People with darker skin, they are not accepting as much vitamin D as the white people. So that's why the darker skin people are more affected by the virus. And it will be under control. Both of the viruses will be under control. Chariot is 2 horses, one black, one white, and they will have to be able to control those both viruses. So maybe the vaccine will be protecting us from both. I have my passport already.
You got your vaccine?
I have 2 doses, yes.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to get the booster shot. Now, people are asking me about the booster shot. You know, somebody said, well, like if you've had like Moderna vaccine or if you've had Pfizer, and let's say the booster shot is something else by another company, is it okay? And my guides tell me, yes, it'll be safe. So I'm going to get my booster in November. And I think I'm going to get the Pfizer one.
I have to wait because 8 months. So
correct.
We have to. Okay, so it's my question. Tatiana Solo, why neither Biden or Democratic media said nothing about election in Russia, election frauds in Russia?
So the question is, will it come to the public attention?
They don't give us enough, they don't say too much about this.
You know, I keep saying in this country, the Mueller report is going to come back to the forefront. When Mueller was investigating how Donald Trump colluded with the Russians in the 2016 election and all of that, you know, that's going to come back up. And I think as a result of that, at some point, and who was the guy that they arrested on the airplane? I can't think of his name. And now he's in a jail in Russia. They poisoned him and he lived.
Oh, Navalny.
Yeah,
Navalny.
People are wondering about his well-being. I do think he's alive and well, albeit he was tortured, but I see him getting out some way or another. But the people that followed him are going to be huge impetus in Russia to start getting the truth out. And at some point, I see a lot of reporters in this country, especially a lot of the Democrats, coming forward and letting us know about exactly what's going on with Putin. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that will come to the forefront. And I think, you know, the Canadian government is gonna start talking about some of the things that are going on with Russia and their government as well.
We will see. Okay. And Josheri asks, will Pakistan be taken over by Taliban?
The answer to that is resoundingly no. You know, the Pakistani situation, my guides tell me, is very volatile. But in Afghanistan, I keep seeing a civil war. And I think it's going to be between the Taliban or Taliban, however you say it, and ISIS, but there's a third faction. And so that country, even though it might look like the Taliban is taking it over, there's going to be a civil war there, and it's going to last for quite a long time. So I don't see them taking over Pakistan, no, at all.
I think there will be a fight for power in Afghanistan like
Exactly. I have a question. People want to know in this country if Trudeau will win the election. What's going on with him?
Oh, he already won.
Oh, he won? Okay, good. Yay. I didn't know.
It
Excuse
was
me.
last Monday.
And he won? Good.
Yes, and we knew right away a few hours later. Like in Canada, they don't keep us on the edge of, and it was so easy to go voting. It was pleasure. The young boy ran away to us. What number you have? This and this. Go to that guy. Blah blah blah.
That's how it used to be here before the Republicans started all this crap.
We had to show the ID. We had to show the driving license or passport, but otherwise it's not complicated at all.
Well, the next question was, will what happened in the United States is for like a Donald Trump ever happen in Canada? People are wanting to know that.
3 cards.
1, 2, and 3.
There will be someone like that. And T and V, I see those letters. And it was right now that the opposition to Trudeau, it was O'Toole, and he was very much acting like Don.
Right.
Yeah, the security of the country will be in jeopardy because people will be taken through the magic. Someone will be showing how magical he is and people will go for it. So in the future, I don't know how far ahead I can see that.
Okay. But yet my guides tell me that Canada will remain democratic, so good.
So far, now we have about 9 parties.
Wow.
But 5 are really important and the 2, 3 are the most important. So it doesn't let anyone to have solo power. They have to negotiate with others, and we can't put that much money to the politicians as USA. I think we are allowed only 5,500 per person to donate to the political party.
Wow, that's a good thing, I think.
And we have usually the longest, I think 180 days before they started. This one was only 36 days before they decided. So they don't give them the platform to go and brainwash everyone.
I think in a way that's a good thing.
It is. And maybe I will ask you, what do you think about Don and Melania? Will they divorce?
My guide showed me a long time ago when I tuned into those to a symbol of 2 hands together and then apart. And whenever I see that symbol, that clearly means a divorce.
2 hands in apart? That's usually lovebirds.
No, like this, 2 hands together and then apart. That's a
and apart. Okay, I thought in apart.
2 hands together and then apart. Yeah. And then I saw a canyon. My guide showed me him on one side, her on another. And I think, well, my guides tell me there's already dissension in that marriage. You know, it's kind of sad that I used to feel bad for her because she was married to him, but in a way, I think she's as narcissistic as he is.
Probably.
I'm sure she'll strike a good deal for herself. But my feeling is, yes, they will divorce.
Okay. Whose question is now? Oh, yeah, mine was, so now it's yours.
Okay. The other thing I wrote this right before we started. I was thinking about Trump, and I wrote, the ladies of the night will bring Trump down. So there's going to be a lot more coming out about his affairs and all of this. And them investigating into that. And that's a huge issue that'll bring him down. So
that lady, who was a writer to the women's column, the Carol, whatever her name is, that she has a mark on her dress. I hope that she will give him run for her money and then marry Trump. So, you know, he will be in the battle with women.
Okay, so there was 4 people because of a book that was written by Woodward, and I forget the other author's name. I think it was Meadows, Patel, Scavino, and Steve Bannon. They were subpoenaed to appear before the Congressional Committee investigating 1-6. It's 2 questions. Number 1, will they show up?
3 cards.
1, 2, and 3.
It is odd picture because I see silhouette of 2 people, but they are not like that next to each other. They are on angle on top of, but it looks like the picture is not this. It's supposed to be this way. This way.
Got it.
You see two faces, but they are one on top of each other. Somehow I feel it's like picture from the train window. This one is hard to say, so I think they will be negotiating. They will try to negotiate something as much as possible. They will be obedient because they want to have the security, the good harvest, and they will fulfill our expectation, our dreams. So eventually they will have to, they might be forced, they might be showing how crooked everything is and how not logical, because the picture is not logical. Like we are on the screen, and if I will put the screen this way, it's not logical.
Right.
And we are the same, you know. So there will be something without logic.
They try to twist everything. Then the next part of it would be, will they do jail time? And I feel you're right. I think they're going to try to fight the subpoenas, and we're not going to show up, and they're going to try to take it through the courts. But I see them appearing. And, you know, my guides are telling me a few of them say, I can't remember, I can't recall, but that won't work. And then they're going to try, you know, executive privilege. That won't work because Trump's not president, and they weren't president either. And so they might even try the 5th Amendment to the Constitution, which means you don't have to answer a question that would incriminate you. But I think they're going to give a couple of them immunity from prosecution to make them talk. So I feel a couple of them will, we say flip, will come forward against Trump. The other thing is I see Bannon in jail. So he's going to be under indictment. He will be convicted, my guides tell me.
He
so
was
just
let it free before by
exactly.
just a few days or a day before.
He was pardoned, but in this country, you can't be tried twice for the same crime. But they're going to find out other stuff on him. Well, and he is going to be indicted and go to jail.
1-6 is different story.
Exactly. So I see at least 2 of those people going to jail.
Okay. So. I have one. Aptik 888, that's the name of the person who is asking question. Brian's parents are acting like conspirator. That's my introducing. And Brian's parents could have helped him to get a boat ride to Bahamas. That's what the John Welsh said in America's Most Wanted.
No, I'm sorry, what was that again? I had a hard time hearing.
Okay, Brian's parents could have helped him to get a boat ride to Bahamas.
Okay, whose parents?
Brian's, the fiancé of the girl who was killed.
Oh, I see. Laundrie, is that his name?
Yeah.
You know,
and that was John Welsh said that the one who is running the America's Most Wanted program for hundreds of years.
Right. So they said he got a boat ride to the Bahamas, or somebody wants to know that?
That's what he said. Do you think it's true?
My feeling is he'll be found. All right. But you know, it's funny. I feel a death vibration all around him. So I don't know if he was thinking of suicide or might attempt it. But my feeling is they're going to find him. And I see the number 2. It could be 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, but they will find him. But I don't, you know, I don't see him on an island like the Bahamas. I see him where there's palm, sand, and sun, but I think it's more like in this country.
Yeah, I saw this symbol of Z on the last video, and then before I saw him under the tree sitting and contemplating a suicide. But his parents are not worried about him. They are not asking him. They are not doing anything like the normal parents, and they love him. We know that they do. They should actually appeal to him, don't do anything stupid, you know, but they are not.
My guides tell me that the lawyers have told them not to say anything. Oh. Because if they say something and they happen to know where he is, or they had knowledge of that, then they can be like, they can be charged, not for her murder, but for aiding and abetting, you know, a criminal. So I think they're being quiet because they've been advised to do so legally. Mm-hmm. But you're right about that contemplation, because I really don't do tarot, but I pulled a card here and look what came up, the card of contemplation.
Yes, and unless they have grandparents that will hide him in the basement. But I bet that the police was checking that.
I'm sure that they've checked all of that. And I don't think the police are telling us everything.
Oh, no.
I mean, they got some very good leads and they will find him, but I keep feeling a death vibration around him. So I still feel he's alive, but I think it was in his head.
Yeah, I saw the letter L before, which is like hanging yourself. So probably something like that was, for sure, was crossing his mind, and he might be a very suicide. There was
oh, here's a nice one. It says, "Oh, Mel, I put on my YouTube channel. I was going to be on your channel." It says, "It's by Nancy. I'm so happy. I know you'll be very happy doings with Violetta. I can't wait."
Oh, thank you. I had a lot of you know, nice comments about you. I'm just looking for the. I think I already answered that, but this one is for Mel, and she likes you. Crisscross, Air Force Space. Command was named under the running under the name for 40 years, Space Command, and then don't change it. This in 2019 will buy to the Space Force. Would that be reversed again to the Space Command?
I'm sorry, I'm not getting the question quite. What is the question?
Okay. Air Force Space Command was running under the name for 40 years.
Okay.
Don't change it, is to Space Force in 2019.
Oh, I see.
Will Biden force back its to original name?
Oh, I see, I got you. Okay, my guides show me a piece of paper, and then there's a name, and there's a big red mark through that name, and then I see Biden writing in another name.
So it will be the third name now.
No, it'll be, what'll happen, it'll just means that the red mark will be the name that Trump changed it to, the paper torn up, and then Biden putting the original name back on there. So,
okay, it's expensive to change those names, but hopefully that will happen.
Okay. Well, Mitch McConnell, I'll have to do Mitch McConnell because everybody likes to ask.
I heard that you like to do the voices. Okay, now we can experience that.
I'm channeling Mitch McConnell right now. No, I can't. I don't want to channel him. Will Mitch McConnell support raising the debt ceiling? And this seems like a calculated scam that he's running how could they actually think of shutting down the government could work in any way? Well, they let it shut down under Trump. Trump didn't care. But okay, 1, 2, 3.
He will be going this way, that way, this way, that way. So it will be really hard to know what he's after.
Right.
So he will be, you know, pulling strengths here and there, everything. He wants to show that he is a big boss, that he has the strength for his followers to do whatever he can do. The dysfunctional family, which is GOP, will be waiting for his signal. And I think eventually he will give the signal.
Okay.
But he just wants to be the big bossy guy.
Exactly. And, you know, I understand I'm from Kentucky originally, and I understand he's losing favor down there. And at some point, I don't even think he'll finish. Senators last for 6 years, but I don't think he'll finish his term in the Senate.
I saw him falling down, but that someone will pull the carpet under him, and he fell down that time. So I thought that was meaning that he will be not able to stand up on his legs, but he still wants to run again in the future. So he will try to.
But
it's
I don't see
power.
I don't see him in office. You're right. And, you know, anything that Democrats want, he's already said that he's going to he'll try to stall. But I do see Democrats gaining more seat in the Senate. So Mitch McConnell will meet his Waterloo. And he's not out of the woods with the stuff with his wife, because I see investigations about her.
Oh, it should be, because they are very crooked. How they can mix? They are doing a spooning probably. I'm just kidding.
No, it's true.
One more question. That will be the last question. So I will ask you now, because we might be disconnected from the internet, from the Zoom. Max 2249 is asking, why will Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, ever told the truth about communication with Don? You remember that telephone that Don was impeached for?
I think they're going to ask him as a part of the Trump, you know, that when Trump called him and try to get him to lie about Biden, that's all going to come out. And my feeling is Merrick Garland behind closed doors is already doing a lot of those investigations, because I wouldn't want Merrick Garland's job right now. It's like layer after layer after layer.
Would you like Biden's job?
Yeah, right.
I don't think so.
But
yeah, I don't know how they can sleep.
Exactly. But I do feel more will come out about the thing in Ukraine. The answer is yes. Okay. And it's not going to look good for Trump. So
no, not for sure. When he will be under the water, they will drown him even more. So exactly. The last question from you to me, please.
Okay, let me take a look here. Okay. Let me just look. Okay. Will the men involved in Jeffrey Epstein's crimes be exposed, and when?
3 cards.
1, 2, and 3.
Some of them will be already buried. So it will be after they die, the exposure will come in. Because right. I see like men laying on the coffin, in the coffin, right. But I saw on top of the coffin. So I think they will be gone by that time. The truth will come out. Prince Andrew is already served, you know, so he got the letter and he signed it that he received the letter to be beginning of new adventure. So we will know all, you know, from the beginning to the end. and everything it is about the power. Those were the leaders. Those were the strong ones. So it's not over. And in the last video, I said that Maxwell, she will be holding this for a long, long time, and then she will start talking like symbol of earthquake or whatever.
I see that too. I see her talking as well. You're right. You're right on that. So
It was a pleasure having you, Mel.
thank you.
And thank you for coming. And we had a moment that we were not able to record, so please forgive us if there was some moment that it looks kind of weird.
The panic moment. Let's do this again.
Oh, wonderful. Then maybe on your channel next time.
Okay, you got it. We'll do it.
Thank you so much.
Violetta, it's been my pleasure. It's a pleasure meeting you. And thank you, Tracy, for...
Thank you. Tracy was helping me because I will go probably stress out completely. And today I'm working 13 hours. So I'm for my age, and I was wearing high heels running quite a few kilometers today. So I'm...
And Tracy, when you get married, are we invited?
Oh, I know. I feel like I have to have a big YouTube wedding.
Well, we will see. I'm waiting for that too.
It'll happen.
I was just checking if they are already putting her house for sale and they are buying acreage. So
yay.
just pushing the button, and she doesn't want to tell me.
You couldn't ask for a better daughter-in-law. So.
Oh, she's wonderful. Yes, I'm happy to have her.
All right, my dear, it's been a pleasure.
Thank
Namaste.
you. And I saw your husband for a moment.
Yeah, he usually crawls. And I said, you don't have to crawl. You can just walk by. Gary, come over here. Violetta wants to say hi. Then we're going to go. This is my husband. He's all dressed up for dinner.
I can see him.
This is Gary.
Hi.
Hello, Gary. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Take a good care. I'm fine. Take a good care of your husband.
He's the nice looking one.
Train him well, because I know that you are a good trainer.
He's the better looking one of the two.
You are both very good looking and very handsome and very kind. So take care of each other. Thank you so much. Are you going to show your face for a moment? That's my Tracy.
Yay. Hi. All right. Stay well.
See you next time. And whenever you are ready, give me a call. I will have to have Tracy with me, so I have to make sure that she will be able. Yes, you will be able. Saturdays are the best for her. Okay, perfect. Thank you. She kicked my chair that she will be able to.
Oh, good.
But she's only available on Saturdays and Wednesday. But Wednesday I have 2 already live streams, so I will be.
We'll do it. All right. Namaste. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.